Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity. November 8033 Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built right here at home. It is Friday, the 5th of July, 2024. I hope you're all doing well and safe wherever may be around the world. Before we get started, I do want to give a quick thank you to Ann Conwell, who came in with a new subscription to our YouTube channel, so I do appreciate that. This evening we are joining the Virtual USA Flying Club for one of their fly-in style events into Friday Harbor, Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo, and we're going to depart out of Norman Greer, which is a little bit of a tricky airfield, relatively short, in between some trees, but it's a really fun little airfield. So that's going to be our departure. We're looking at roughly an 85 to 90 nautical mile flight, depending on how we navigate the Washington-Seattle class Bravo. So thank you for coming in. Real quickly, there is no official voice briefing for the event tonight with the Flying Club. However, I do want to take a quick look at the written briefing. So let me just share my screen and you and I will kind of go over that together. Okay, if we take a look here, Friday Harbor Friday, July the 5th. Arrival window is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And it is just going on 7 p.m. now. Beautiful summer Friday. Join us as we fly into Friday Harbor, located on San Juan Island. Depart from anywhere we wish and whatever type of aircraft, provided it's general aviation. The briefing talks a little bit about Friday Harbor Airport. It is uncontrolled. The CTAP frequency is 128.25. 3,400 feet long, 75 feet wide, with a field elevation of 113 feet. Any general aviation aircraft of our choice goes on and provides some scenery links. Arrival window 79 Eastern. We may fly VFR or IFR. Let's file a flight plan. Be aware of the Naval Air Station Class Charlie nearby, which we'll look at that on the map here shortly. There are multiple small fields in and around the islands, so we'll need to keep a watch out for aircraft. Real-world CTAP trials in effect, so we will be utilizing the CTAP frequency of 128.250, and we'll start that within about 10 nautical miles of the airport as we announce our intentions. Okay, Flying Club stuff. Alright, short, sweet, to the point. So the key takeaway here is the CTAF of 128.25, and to constantly be looking out the window, which there's generally no replacement for anyway. So that being said, let's take a quick look at ForeFlight here. I kind of have a straight line plotted out between where we're at here at Norman Greer, Sierra 36, and where we need to go up here to Friday Harbor. If we were to measure that straight, I want to say it's about 80 nautical miles or so. Yeah, about 80 nautical miles. We're not going to be able to go straight because we have this Class Bravo here, Washington, Seattle, that we need to contend with. We could probably go under a lot of it. If we depart Norman Greer and head just east a little bit, we can stay under 5,000 feet. That'll keep us out of this Bravo shelf. We can just kind of skirt that around. There's a Delta there. Seattle Payne Class Delta. So we could skirt around the east side of that and make our way up towards Friday Harbor that way. Then we have this Class Charlie that we're going to have to contend with, November Uniform Whiskey. And then where's the Naval Air Station? that we need to be vigilant about too. Okay. Alright. So let's just kind of... I don't know, would it be better to go west? Head west out of the Bravo? Yeah, then we have this arrival and departure corridor right there. Which, if we were to go south, that's going to add a little bit of time to our route. We don't necessarily want to have to do that. We could go north. There's a delta here that I completely even overlooked. Renton Municipal, 2,500 feet. 3,000. So we might have a 500-foot window corridor that we could use below 3,000 feet, above 2,500 feet to cross to get through this area here and continue to fly north over Bellevue. Or we could just do the simple thing and request a Class Bravo transition, which we might just do that. So let's just kind of rubber band a route that's kind of logical here, or what I would think would be sort of logical. I'm going to try and keep us out of some of the lower altitude shelves of the Bravo there. So 5,000 feet, and I see 6,000 feet, and I see a 3,100 foot ceiling out of this delta, which is Harvey Field. No. Seattle Payne Field. So we have about 2,900 feet that we'd be able to slice through there of that airspace if need be. Although we have the Class Charlie here, which I'm going to kind of rubber band us south of it. If we are talking to ATC, great. We'll be able to kind of fly right through there. It's kind of tricky. Maybe we can do that. That keeps us out of directly on top of Seattle Payne. That route might be acceptable. So what's that, about 91 nautical miles? So even doing those slight rubber band jogs off of our straight line didn't really add a whole lot to our overall route. So I suppose we could fly south if need be and go around the Bravo on the south side and back up the west side. That might be 100 nautical miles, which isn't terrible. But I think I want to try this. And if we have an overlying approach controller or center controller online, great. We can try and get a transition through the Bravo, and then if we're talking to them, depending on who we're talking to, be able to just cross right over this Charlie here if need be as well. I'll talk real quick about Norman Greer. A little bit of information about the airport. I guess I could just use the airport page. Field elevation is 470 feet. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet at 1472. Runway length about 3,200 feet long by 40 feet wide asphalt. Not quite east-west, not quite north-south either. Sort of a northwest-southeast runway. Unicom is 123.0. That's what we'll be on to get out of there. Let me just take a quick look at the AFD or the chart supplement. CTAP 123.0. So Seattle approach would be the overlying approach controller. Okay, easy enough. Now let's talk about Friday Harbor. Its field elevation is 113 feet. Paddle altitude to standard 1000 AGL, so 1113 feet. There's fuel available there. It does have an RNAV and GPS approach available. Its CTAP is 128.25. And approach would be okay. All of which would be encompassed by Seattle Center. Runway at Friday Harbor is 16 3/4, 3,400 feet long, 75 feet wide, so almost twice as wide as our departure runway. Right traffic off of runway 16 and 3/4, so it's a non-standard pattern there. No airport NOTAMs. Good enough. That's good enough for us to head to the plane. I guess we can... I suppose we should do a quick weather briefing before we make a decision about this. Flight plan, we got a route in there. We'll set the time of the flight to now. Let's make sure we have the appropriate aircraft, and we do. And I'm going to send this altitude. We're going to be VFR, let's just say 2500. I'm going to send this over to a flight, and then we will take a look at the weather briefing. Well, that didn't take. Now, flight briefing. I do hope everyone had a good 4th of July, if that is something that you celebrate. It was relatively quiet here for us. Not that that's a bad thing or that I'm complaining. TFR near Seattle currently. Eastern side of the country, we have a cold front, a little bit of a stationary front towards the southwest side there. But up here in Washington, it looks relatively clear. METARs, they're all showing green currently along our route. VFR, VFR, VFR. I don't see anything that resembles a broken and or overcast layer, so it doesn't even look like we're going to have a ceiling this evening. Cloud coverage, don't see anything there in the area. Surface winds, visibility, and precipitation. If we take a look at Washington over here, a little bit windy, but I don't see any sort of precipitation going on in that entire state. Terminal area forecast. These are weather conditions or trends that could change during the time that we're flying along our route. And I don't see anything as I'm scrolling through here that's going to give me a ceiling and or broken or overcast layer that I'm seeing. Even the winds look relatively calm from what I can tell. Wind chart. We're going to have a bit of a headwind. The winds start at the top of the flag and they make their way towards the black dot there. So as we go up north and we're flying north, even as we kind of make our way west, the winds even seem to change west. So we're getting a headwind. Looks like the entire duration of the flight there. Vertical cross section chart. Blue is our flight path, green is terrain. We can kind of see here at the beginning that our blue line kind of crosses some terrain there. So we may have to make some adjustments once we get up into the air. It's not an area I normally fly. We may need to fly higher than 2500 initially. But as we make our way across, it looks relatively good until we start getting down into Friday Harbor. Winds aloft, 2,500 feet. Winds are out of the west, sort of the northwest at 9 and 10 knots. The higher we go, the faster they're going to get. So higher for us in this case is not going to indicate, give us any better ground speed. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But in this case, it is going to slow us down. And then I'm going to skip over all of these rear world NOTAMs that don't really apply to us on VATSIM today. So, everything looks good. I'm going to give the flight a go. We'll head to the plane and we'll do a quick walk around and get things started up. I will see you at the aircraft in just a couple of minutes. Thank you for coming in. Alright, everyone. Welcome aboard, Felicity. My name is Michael. I will be your pilot today. Non-stop from Norman Greer to Friday Harbor. Real quick, let's ensure that we have enough fuel for our flight today. So I'm going to head over here into my weight and balance menu. You know, I should just do this right here from the instructor station. So that's what we'll do. I'm just going to do it right from the iPad. Okay, Command X plane, and weight, and fuel. We're going to fill up both wings. We have you and I on board with our baggage and our gear. Gives us a total takeoff weight of about 2,050 pounds. So that should be sufficient for us today. Let's get some masters on, some lights on, and we'll get flaps down and do a walk around. We'll start with our baggage door. Check that is secure. Our rudder cables are tight there. Elevators free and correct. Beacon and anti-collision light are working. Right rudder cables tight. BOR antennas are in place. Our right flap is tight. Our right aileron is free and correct. We have a strobe on the right with a green on the right, so that's all good. Our right main looks good. Front main looks good. Strut looks good. Exhaust is secure. Prop and spinner look good there. Static source is free and clear. Pitot tube is warm to the touch, so we can get the pitot heat off. Stall horn, taxi light, and landing light are both working, so we can get those loads off. Strobe on the left with a red nav light, that's working, so we can get those loads off as well. Left flap is tight. Left main looks good. And our fuel caps are installed and streamlined. So let's have a seat back in the plane. Get our master off. Grab our checklist and make sure we didn't miss anything on our walk around. And everything is good there. Okay. Okay, what else we got here? Yeah, exterior is good. Interior checklist, tech time is 150.8. Let's get all of our circuit breakers, make sure they're all in, and they are. Alternate static errors in. Startup moves us along to our start checklist. Seat track, let me get scooted up here so we can reach the flight controls. Avionics are off, autopilot is off, carb heat is off. Mixture's gonna go full rich. Throttle slight. Let's get 3 on the primer. 1, 2, 3. Primer's in and locked. Okay, master's gonna go on. Beacon's gonna go on. Mixture's rich, and let's make sure that we are clear. Looks like we are clear on the left, clear front, clear to the right, and clear behind us. Okay, here we go. Mags to start. Right away, I'm looking for oil pressure and RPM. If I don't have either one of those, then I'm going to shut the engine down because there is a problem. Alright, we do have engine RPM and oil pressures in the green. Let's go and get our landing light on and our taxi light on for safety so that we can be seen. And that completes our startup checklist here. While our engine oil temperature is warming up, we'll go ahead and file our flight plan on the VATSIM network. Call sign November 8033 Foxtrot. Speaking of VATSIM, let me just go ahead and connect it to the VATSIM real quick as well while I'm sitting here. That'll give that time for some frequencies to populate. We're VFR type 172, lightweight category, slant golf, departure Sierra 36, off block, let's say 2330 Zulu, altitude 2500 feet, airspeed 100 knots, probably, yeah, 100 knots. Arrival Friday Harbor. No alternate en route time, let's just say an hour and 20 minutes. Fuel endurance, we have 4 hours of fuel on board. Route details, we're VFR. In the remarks section, I do like to put the Twitch channel name. And then we'll put tiny URL, no, that's not it. tinyurl.com/join virtual USA Flying Club Discord. Thank you. Alright, that flight plan is filed successfully. Oil temperature is up there in the green. We got sort of a pseudo flight plan come up with. Okay. What's else on our pre-taxi checklist? Flaps. Let's get our flaps up. Avionics going on. ATIS AWOS. Is there an... I don't think there's an ATIS here. I really don't. Who's got a close ATIS for us? Seattle Center is online. So Payne is up there. We can probably use that ATIS or Seattle's 118.0. Let's try Seattle's first.
Advise on initial contact. You have information Bravo. Seattle Tacoma International Airport ATIS information Bravo 2253 Zulu. Web 340 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 31. 2.7. Altimeter 3015. Charted visual approach runway 34.
Altimeter 3015. Puts us, is that 156 feet or so? No. 450-ish feet. That's what the altimeter is saying. Is that right? Norman Greer 472. I'd say that's right. CTAP frequency is 1230. And then Seattle Center is 135.45. What is it? Let's see, KNUW. Where's that at? Okay, it says it's Whitney Island. Okay, so Friday Harbor is going to have an approach online up there. because Whitby approach covers Friday Harbor. Okay. We have Seattle ground, Seattle center. 135.45. I'm gonna get that on standby. Winds were 340. My runway here 15 and 33, so we'll be taking runway 33. AWA's got that. Altimeter set that. Confirmed with field elevation. VFR is or transponder is calling for VFR right now. ADSB is on, tied into our nav lights. Attitude indicator will test on the roll as well as our turn coordinator and brakes, but let's set our heading indicator to compass. Okay, so runway 3 is what we decided. We ready to taxi? Looks that way. We'll go down to thrust hold and do a quick engine run up. Runway 33. Parking brake's gonna go off.
Approaching runway 15.
Norman Greer. So is it right there on the taxiway? 123.0 for the CTAP. There is a little run-up turnaround area here, it looks like. So we'll kind of face ourselves.
Approaching runway 33.
Okay, kind of like that. Run-up checklist. Brakes are on. Fuel is on both. Trim is set for takeoff. Flight controls, we're down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator and rudder free and correct. Okay, here we go. Primer's in and locked, 1600 on the RPM. Left mag, there's a drop, back to both. Right mag, there's a drop, back to both. Carb heat, there's a drop, carb heat off. Suction's in the green, oil pressure, oil temperature look good, we've got good fuel flow. Alright, let's go ahead and idle back. I'm gonna hop into the Virtual USA Flying Club Discord and hang out there in the voice chat just because. Okay, we're in Unicom, good. Flight plan is filed, we're good. Wind direction, 340, good there. Alright, here we go. Friday Harbor traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot. We're going to be taking runway 33, straight out departure, Friday Harbor. Alright, here we go. Wind directions confirmed with that windsock over there.
Entered runway 33, 3,100 feet remaining.
Alright, full power. Rudder for center. Airspeed's coming up. Alright, she's ready to fly. Let's rotate. Positive rate. Let's get some ground effect. Get some airspeed. We have some obstacles to clear here. Alright, let's climb out at VX. Alright, clear obstacle. Let's lower the nose down. Friday Harbor traffic, November 033, Foxtrot, departure leg 33, Friday Harbor. .8 for the Seattle Vortex. 9.7 DME from it. Alright, let's over to Seattle Center and listen to them for a minute.
Alaska 1159, turn left heading 310, report the field in sight. 310, report the field, Alaska 1159. Delta 75, runway 28 right, clear to land. 28 right, clear to land, Delta 75 heavy.
Class Delta in 3.3 miles.
Seattle Center, Midwest 6501 with a request.
Hey Trippy, hello?
6501. Seattle Center, Midwest 6501. We're at this point probably about 60 miles south of Roseburg VOR. Unfortunately, its range is not long enough to connect us with the Mendocino VOR. If we can get the vectors if we're on course. Midwest 6501, yeah, no worries. Are you able to just fly present heading until you can intercept the Mendocino VOR? Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to make sure we weren't flying off into the sunset. No, looks like you're still going direct Mendocino, so you're good. Alright, thanks much. Let us know if that changes. Will do. Seattle Center, United 996 with you, flight level 390.
With you. I still don't understand why they say that.
United 996, Seattle Center, ident. Ident 996. Seattle Center, Alaska 1159, have field in sight. Alaska 1159, cleared no visual, runway 28 left approach, runway 28 left, clear land. Clear line 28 left, cleared visual 28 left, Alaska 1159. Center, good afternoon. Delta 845, hold short 34 right at Seattle, departure. Delta 845, Seattle Center, runway 34 right, clear takeoff. 34 right, Delta 845.
Seattle Center, November 8033 Foxtrot, type 172 at 2,300, 8 miles east of the Seattle VOR. We're headed up to Friday Harbor and looking for flight following if able.
November 8033 Foxtrot, Seattle Center, squawk 466
Squawk 4662, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Qantas 814, radar contact to altitude. Qantas 814, we are at 9,000 feet. Qantas 814 Heavy, roger, Clementine level 390, clear direct E-raise. 390, clear direct E-raise for Qantas 814.
Delta 457, I've changed my destination to Portland.
Delta 457, roger, I'm ready to copy your clearance.
Yeah, go ahead.
Delta 457 cleared to
Just lean us out a little bit for max RPM.
That's Kilo Romeo Alpha Tango Romeo. Send the crater to arrival. Maintain flight level 190.
Can you repeat the arrival, please?
The crater to arrival.
Okay, crater to arrival and maintain flight level 190. Thank you for Delta 457.
Delta 457, read that correct. Taxi in our discretion. Delta 75, taxi to parking via Alpha 5, Kilo Tango, good day. Alpha 5, Kilo Tango, Delta 75, MV. Airport's 4077, requesting descent to 30,000. Voodoo 77, sorry, what was your requested altitude? 30,000 for Voodoo 77. Voodoo 77, just to maintain level 300. Just going to maintain to level 300. United 996 radar contact 40 miles southwest of Lakeview VOR. You're clear direct Spokane VOR. Clear direct Spokane VOR 996.
Alright, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to be flying out here in Seattle.
Yes, that is correct. It's an uncontrolled field.
Delta 457, can you give me my arrival runway?
Sorry, could you say again?
Delta 457, can you give me my runway, my arrival runway?
Negative, I can give you that closer to the field, but I'm not sure yet. Delta 457, clear direct crater.
Roger that, direct to crater, Delta 457.
Center Delta 845, on the Suma 5,300. Delta 845, radar contact, climb maintain level 350, clear direct page. 350, third page, Delta 845. Delta 457, what's the reason for your diversion?
I have to disconnect earlier, so I didn't have time to do all the flights. Delta 457.
Roger. November 11, Mike Whiskey, the Wenatchee altimeter is 3001. Midwest 6501, you're leaving my airspace. Oakland is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a safe flight. Alright, back over to Unicom for Midwest 6501. Thanks. Seattle Center, Canadian 420. We're 11,000 feet, just departed out of Vancouver, about to overfly to Vancouver VOR, about to enter your airspace. Over to Minneapolis today. Canadian 420, Seattle Center, could you please file a flight?
Seattle Center, Delta 2880, we have a runway in sight.
Delta 2880, you can't disconnect and reconnect on short final like that. You also stepped over another person's brake.
Wow.
Canadian 420, could you please file a flight plan? Roger that, standby 1.
Yes sir, understand it, 2880, yeah, we just got disconnected on the network, by no choice.
Roger, Delta 2880, runway 34 right, clear to land.
Copy, clear to land, 34 right, Delta 2880.
November 67370, release for departure at 2342 Zulu, clearance void if not off in 5 minutes. Call me with intentions if not off in 10 minutes, frequency change approved. Delta 457 to 79 arrival, landing west, Portland altimeter 3002.
The call was blocked, can you repeat, sir?
457 descend via the crater to arrival, landing west, Portland altimeter 3002.
Descend to crater to arrival, Portland 3002, Delta 457.
Yes, on 88, American Trail 47, 36,000 feet.
What was that?
American 1247, Seattle Center, idents. Seattle Center left, 1159, clear, smooth left on Echo. Alaska 1159, welcome to Portland. Exit parking would be Echo 3 Tango. Echo 3 Tango to parking, Alaska 1159.
Seattle Center, November 8033 Foxtrot, now 14 northeast of Seattle VOR. We'd like to transition to Seattle Class Bravo, east to west 3,000 feet.
November 8033 Foxtrot, radar contact, cleared through the Seattle Tacoma Class Bravo airspace, maintain 3,000 feet, Seattle altimeter 3015.
Cleared through the Seattle Class Bravo at 3,000, 015, November
Class Bravo
8033
in
Foxtrot.
1.0 miles.
American 1245, correction, American 1247, radar contact 35 miles north of the Reading VOR, flight level 360, clear direct battleground VOR. Reading, clear direct battleground VOR, and do you mind if we step away for 10 minutes? Yes, that's approved, call me when you're back. Okay, we'll do 1247, thank you very much.
And Center, just Qantas 814, mind if you step away for 5 minutes too?
Qantas 814, that's approved, call me when you're back.
Roger that, we'll call you when we're back, just Qantas 814.
Seattle Center, Canadian 42059 should be filed now. Canadian 420, heavy up, squawk 0661 and IDA. 0661 and ident, Canadian 420.
Alright, so we got to transition through the Class Bravo, so we don't really have to go up or around or down. We can just kind of go through it. 3,000 feet should be plenty high enough. Don't see much for terrain around right this vicinity area. However, we are about 100 feet higher than what we need to be, so let's get back down there to 3,000 feet. Let's pull some power out just a little bit to send us about that 100 feet, and we'll put some power back in.
Seattle Center, Delta 2880, cleared runway 34 right.
Delta 2880, contact ground point 7, good day.
Copy point 7, good day.
Delta 457, expect vectors for the mall, correction, the mill visual, runway 28 right. Delta 457, expect vectors for the mill visual, runway 28 right.
Express to the visual, runway 28 right, Delta 457.
It looks like my USB hub might not be having just quite enough power for that, for my, for the GoPro. Jet Pilot Cinnamon coming in with a wonderful, wonderful raid. We love raids here in this community. That is how we support each other. Thank you so much, JPC, for your amazing raid. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in, Raiders. We are en route to Friday Harbor.
San Francisco radius, I'm flying squawk 2000, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, today.
We are en route to Friday Harbor from Norman Greer, Sierra 36. It's a little challenging strip there, east of Seattle, if you ever get a chance to check it out. But we do have flight following up to Friday Harbor. We do have a Class Bravo transition from east to west at 3,000 feet. So welcome on in. My name is Michael. Pleasure to have you.
Okay, I'm 2625, descend via the descent via the Hawk 7 arrival. Landing north, Seattle altimeter 3015.
And I just realized I need to update my Stream Elements chatbot because it's still telling people about the air show. We had our air show back on June 15th. It was an amazing performance by all involved. If you didn't get a chance to check that out.
November 8033 Foxtrot, altitude your discretion.
Altitude my discretion, November 8033 Foxtrot, thank you.
Seattle Center, confirm for 1026 please.
Alright, so we got our altitude restriction removed. We are going to stay here at 3,000 feet. And Dashman 55, thank you for the follow.
Hawk 7 arrival. Landing north, Seattle altimeter 3015. Hawk 7 arrival, altimeter 3015, 1026.
We do love new followers here to the channel, so please go ahead and give us a follow if you're not following us already, so we can go flying next time. No pressure whatsoever.
Am I clear to descend by level 090? You can descend via the altitude restrictions on the arrival.
Always looking around for traffic. Always looking around for
Delta 457
anything that could potentially be an issue.
Between below 10,000 feet. That is a.
My ADS-B is great. It shows me the VATSIM traffic, but there's really no replacement for looking out.
Below Delta 457.
Replica gaming kit? You might think so, but with these air vents.
And Delta 457 expects the official runway 28 right. I'm not sure if I already said that.
I mean, I have my air vents plumbed directly to the AC unit here in the hangar. So when we're flying, I got 60 degrees coming out at me. It does get a little stuffy, but I'm generally comfortable. Currently working on a way to...
Seattle departure level Walker 4443 is with you, passing through 2,000 feet, climbing to 3,000, Walker 4443.
Directly proportion my airspeed to the output of the lower RPM. The faster I go, the faster it'll blow.
To 5,000
It's still in the drawing board though.
Walker 4443.
Alright, situational awareness, what's on our cruise checklist, power, mixture, instruments, everything's looking good there, suction's in the green, oil pressure and oil temperature are both good, we've got good fuel flow. Let's double check our heading indicator to compass because that likes to drift on us. Last I checked we did have would-be approach online. So we may be handed off to would-be approach here in a little bit after we get out of the Bravo.
457 to maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Delta 457.
Airspeed 110 miles per hour. A little bit slower than I was hoping today, but we got that headwind.
Walker 4443, climate change level 180.
Climate change level 180, Walker 4443.
Okay, CTAF at Friday Harbor is 128.25. We'll keep a note of that. I'm gonna put that in here on standby.
Yeah, 59, you left my airspace. Oakland is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a safe flight.
We'll probably get another handoff between now and then, but
Delta 457, you can't make that turn. I did not tell you to. You're also 500 feet below the correct altitude and 80 knots breaking the speed limit. It's the intention.
whoa.
Yeah, roger that. I having. But yeah, I'm looking.
Delta 457, you're broken and unreadable. Say again.
I had problems with the aircraft, but I'm making the final. Delta 457.
Delta 457, roger. As per VATSIM code of conduct, you cannot fly a plane that you do not know how to fly. If you don't know how to fly your plane, please do not fly it on the network.
It's not my first flight, but it's my first flight in this airspace, so...
Roger.
What if he's playing the 777?
Qantas 814 back in the cockpit.
That seems to be the latest and greatest
Qantas
phrase.
814, roger, welcome back.
PMDG 777.
Delta 457, report the field type.
Can you repeat?
Report the field in sight.
I have visual approach of the runway.
Delta 457, clear to mall visual, runway 34 right.
24 right. 34 right?
I'm sorry, runway 28 right.
Okay, runway 28 right. Delta 457.
There really isn't much traffic around the area currently.
With 006 Seattle Center, ident. Delta 457, I show you climbing now. I don't know what you're doing. Please do not fly your aircraft if you do not know how.
Roger that.
Roger that.
With 006 radar contact, 55 miles southeast of the Fort Jones VOR, level 300, clear direct battleground VOR.
The Battlegrounds VOR. I always wondered how they got the names for the different various VORs. Like, is there somebody sitting there in the charting office that's coming up with various names? You get down towards Georgia area, there's a lot of Star Wars names and references, especially on a lot of the IFR charts.
With 006, clear direct battleground VOR, Bravo Tango Golf. Delta 457, runway 28 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 28 right. Delta 457.
Even when I'm straight and level, sometimes I'll just kind of veer left and right just a little bit to kind of give myself a little bit more peripheral vision around the wings. I'm in a high wing plane. Those are my big blind spots. And if I tilt my wing up, it gives me just a little bit more, but I can't see anything directly over top of me. So you always kind of need to be vigilant about climbing. Notice, for reasons of national security, pilots are requested to avoid flight at and below 2900 MSL in this area. Jefferson County? No, that's not it. Port Townsend, Indian Island. National security, huh? Wonder what's down there. There's an MOA right there in the area.
6605, heavy Seattle Center. We're at,
We're gonna go right by it, so let's just kind of look out the window and see what it's all about.
Green 6605, you have runway 34 left, taxi to Alpha. 34 left, yeah, Alpha, right here, 6605.
Delta 457, just vacated the runway.
Delta 457, taxi to parking, your discretion, good day.
Taxi park at discretion, good day, and take you for the ATC. Delta 457.
What haven't we practiced in a while? I know recently we did some steep turns, some power on, power off stalls on one of our flights. I'm trying to think of what we can practice while we're en route to Friday Harbor. Where are we at? 3,100 feet? We could probably
377, turn right, setting 030.
get a do a spin recovery. Practice a stall spin
377,
recovery.
turn right 30 degrees immediately.
I don't think we've done one of those in a while. So let's do that. Just put some power in. We'll climb up just a little bit.
377, Seattle Center, turn right, heading 030 immediately. Traffic alert, traffic at your 12 o'clock, 5 miles, same altitude.
$3,300.
Seattle Center, good day, Alaska 752, 9,000 feet for 352.
So a spin happens when
377, Seattle Center.
we aggravate a stall, put ourselves in, we almost
cancel
uncoordinate
right
our stall. We can induce a spin.
River 11 Mike Whiskey, Roger, squawk to maintain VFR, frequency change group, good day.
Seattle Center, good day. KLM 997 on Plainfield, info Golf on board. Requesting our for clearance to Amsterdam.
KLM 997, Seattle Center, stand by your number 1, break Korean Air 6605, fly runway heading, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff. Fly runway heading, 34 left, Korean Air 6605. Voodoo 77, what was the instructions we were given?
4,400.
I called you 4 times, you caused the conflict. Sorry, I never heard Voodoo 77 being called, my bad. Alright, Voodoo 77 at pilot's discretion is to maintain 90,000. Maintain, you said 19,000? Negative 7,000. 17,000, 457,000. No, I said 7,000. Descended and maintained 7,000 feet. JetBlue 807, you leave my airspace, Oakland offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, have a safe flight. Alright, thanks, good luck. JetBlue 807. Thank you. Do you have a number to call?
Alaska 752, 12,000 feet, directed VOR in Sierra Echo Alpha, 83 nautical miles.
Oscar 752, Seattle Center, stand by. Emirates 93, go back to Seattle Center. I'm going to need a little bit more information than that. Where are you? Roger, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff. Right, clear for takeoff, Oscar 752, 4 tree. 5 miles south of Lima Mike, Tango level 360. Sorry, we tried to give you a call, but there's talking going on. Alaska 752, squawk 7433.
7433 for Alaska 752.
FedEx 2111, Seattle Center, radar contact, squawk 3276.
Alright, 5,500 feet.
3276, FedEx 2111.
Seattle Center, November 8033 Foxtrot, request.
November 8033 Foxtrot, Seattle Center.
More so informative. We are 16 west of the Payne VOR at 5,500. Going to be practicing some stall spin, so if you see unusual scope activity, that's why.
November 8033 Foxtrot, roger, thanks very much.
Alright.
Qantas 814, radar contact lost.
Seattle Center, UPS 488 Heavy, 50340, and we've got the transponder arrivals, TTAC.
Alright, so here's what we'll do. We're going to
UPS 488, Seattle Center, item.
put ourselves into a
Item 488
stall
Heavy.
condition. So what we'll do is we'll pull the power back, pull the carpet on, pull the power back, and okay, power's coming out. We're just gonna pull the yoke back, pull the yoke back. Okay, the stall's coming imminent. There's the stall. Gonna put the rudder in. It's uncoordinated. Alright, there's our instrument spin. Alright, spin's fully developed. Rudder's opposite. Let's break that stall.
Stink rate. Sink rate.
Carpet going off. Power down.
November 8033 Foxtrot, contact Whitby approach on 120.7, good day.
Whitby approach 120.7, November 8032 Foxtrot. Good day. Thank you. Whitby approach, November 8033 Foxtrot, 4,500.
November 8033 Foxtrot, Whitby approach, hello.
Alright, we're going to try this one again. We'll do another stall spin. Alright, so we only lost 1,000 feet on that last one. We were at 5,500, we're at 4,500. So let's climb back up. And I don't want to initiate these too low. I want to give us enough time to recover. So we'll get back up to 6,500 and we'll try this again. Climbing out at kind of VX, VY, more so VY. We're at 4,900. Actually, VY is closer to 80 miles per hour, so we can even pull up just a little bit more. VX on this bird is 60 miles per hour. $5,200. We'll level off at 5,500. Those times we went around and round and round a little bit ago, I'm going to constitute those as our clearing turns even though those weren't really clearing turns and those aren't even appropriate clearing turns. But I didn't see anybody as we were spiraling down, so I think we'll be alright. Oh, well, let's just do some clearing turns anyway. Let's go 90 degrees left. Looking to the left, looking out, looking to the right, looking behind us. Just scanning for traffic. Alright, we're clear to the left, clear to the front, clear to the right. Let's roll back to the right. We'll roll out. Alright, area looks clear. So we'll do this again. Power's gonna come back. We don't want to climb up like a rocket as we're doing our stall. Alright. Nose up attitude. Alright, we're coming in for landing. No, not really. Alright, the stall is imminent. Stall is imminent. Let's uncoordinate it and aggravate it and put the spin in. Okay, it's power to idle. Rotor opposite of the spin. And that one really didn't even spin very well.
Sync rate.
Let's try this again, shall we? We didn't even get a good spin off of that
approach, this is Voodoo 77, bearing 348 at 15,000, descending 7,000. Voodoo 77 would be approach, hello.
Alright, there's our spin. Okay. Rotor opposite, elevator neutral, aileron neutral. I don't think both wings are actually stalling in this instance. I really don't. This baby's too easy to recover. So I'm either not aggravating my bird enough to actually completely stall and spin, or she's just very, very inherently stable, or my winds aren't even strong enough to sustain the spin once I enter it. But where are we at? 3,000 feet? Let's try it again, shall we? Just because. Alright. Idle's coming back. There she is. Okay, power to idle, rudder opposite of the spin, elevator forward, break the stall. There we go. That was a bit of a better spin. Now, whether our airplane broke in half or not is another story, because we were almost there in VNE. But I imagine if we exceeded our G-forces too much, our airplane would have crippled our aircraft. At least that's what it should have done anyway. Okay. Back to flying like regularly, not so spinningly. I have no idea if somebody's actually saying something and it's just so inaudible. List 9, hello. At which point you should say goodnight. Yeah, most likely. Welcome in. A long time no talk. I hope you've been doing well. Okay, situational awareness, how are we doing now? We're probably 25 miles away. maybe 30 miles away from Friday Harbor at this point. We are talking to Whitby Approach, so if we needed to go through that Charlie, we could. We really don't need to from our position currently. However, we are getting ready to go across some big water, so I think I am going to get us up a little bit higher to gain some altitude. Had a tragic plane crash right near you a few weeks ago. An 80-year-old pilot crashed into the river shortly after takeoff and didn't make it. That is terrible. Loss of life is always tragic. More so, you know, it's just... especially hearing about it in aviation. Statistically safer, still safer than driving, but still terrible to hear about such things.
Alpha via SIDUC at Columbus.
Friday Harbor, activate. Yeah, 26.6 nautical miles away from the destination. Most likely we'll be using runway 34.
527 contact, Seattle Center 135.45.
Negative.
Let them know your request.
We're going to be using runway 16, which is going to have a right traffic pattern. Okay, so we can enter in on the downwind, almost like a 45 to a downwind. 5 news helicopters circling the area for a while. That's when you popped on the scanner and found out what happened. Tragic. Okay, so Friday Harbor, if I'm looking at my sectional correctly, it's going to be on the left island. I should see a left island and a right island, kind of. I kind of see a left and a right. So I want to keep towards that left island there. We have our CTAF frequency on standby. And when we're about 10 miles, we will switch over to that CTAF, and I'll let them know that I have
Class
a
Charlie
field
in
site
3.9 miles.
if I'm not released by Whitby Approach. Gotta shorten my avionics somewhere. Don't like that. I've yet to been able to pinpoint it.
Whitby Approach, can we get vectors runway 14 wireless approach? Voodoo 77 Whitby Approach, flight heading 330 and expect vectors for ILS runway 14 approach. Flight heading 330 and expect 14 wireless approach.
So, what do we decide? Runway 16 due to the winds at Friday Harbor. ASOS is 135, 675.
Friday Harbor. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. Sky clear. Temperature 28. Dew point 10. Altimeter 3014.
Winds are
Destination
light and
ASOS is
variable.
135.
Light and variable winds. $20 miles out. Looks like I have the field in sight, kind of.
Zulu 77, maintain 3000. Maintain 3000, Zulu 77.
Miles away. Pattern altitude is 1,113 feet. And we're at 3,000. We would need to lose about 2,000 feet, 1,900 to be at pattern altitude. At 500 feet per minute, that would take us about 4 minutes. We're about 10 minutes out. Almost kissed the Whitney class Charlie here. Whitby. But we are talking to them, so it really doesn't matter that we're in the airspace because they know we're here. Smith Island, that must be the VFR checkpoint. It is marked as such in the sectional here. Smith Island, be able to see right off of our, it's just passing the right wing strut right now. They're showing up as a VFR checkpoint, or a VFR reporting point on the sectional here. Probably for Whitby Island. Alright, I'm going to start a descent. Carpeet's going to come on. Power's going to come out. Make sure it's going to go full rich. Trim for this descent.
Zulu 77 requesting turning left 240. 37-7, turn left heading 230. Turn left heading 230, V77.
Would-be approach, November 8033 Foxtrot. We have Friday Harbor in sight. Please cancel our VFR flight following this evening.
November 8033 Foxtrot, radar service terminated. Frequency change to advisory approved. No traffic observed between you and the field. You can squawk VFR. Have a good night.
Talking Squawk VFR, and thank you for your service. Have a wonderful night. November 8033 Foxtrot. Okay. And 1200. Okay. We're at about 11 miles. Yeah, we can make the call. Friday Harbor traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, 11 miles south of the field. We're going to be crossing over midfield. Grab a right downwind, runway 16, Friday Harbor. Nine miles out. Pattern altitude was what again? We'll just say 1,200 feet. 1,100 feet, I meant. What's that one over there? Lopez? Okay, that's Lopez Island. .100 feet. Need to lose about 1,000 more. Remember, we want to be at pattern altitude when we enter it. We don't want to descend into pattern altitude. You know, just like us, if someone's in a high wing, they might not see us. We are going to cross over midfield. When I say midfield, I mean closer towards the numbers on the opposite side. But we're going to cross over midfield to get into the right downwind for runway 16 at Friday Harbor. Born from Pearls, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. My name is Michael. Welcome aboard, Felicity. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your compliment. I worked very hard to make it so. The entire build series is over on the YouTube channel, should you be interested in checking out that 16-part series. Again, thank you for that kind compliment. This fish simulator is built to exact scale of a 1965 Cessna 172F. Which I fly in real life. Everything from radios to the gauges. So yeah, I do thank you for the compliment, that means a lot. Friday Harbor traffic, November HR32 Foxtrot, now 5 miles south of the field. We'll be crossing over midfield, grab the right downwind, runway 16, full stop, Friday Harbor. KW for life, long time my friend, hope you're doing well. I'm glad you enjoyed that rebuild series. Hopefully, well, I already know that the efforts were not in vain because I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, but I do appreciate hearing that from you as well. Alright, we are now 4 miles away. Let's go ahead and get down to pattern altitude here. Which was 1,100 feet. I'm pretty sure I know where that short is now. I'll have to do something about that. This weekend coming up is Pilot Edge Sim Venture. I'm good for at least Friday or Saturday and Sunday. So if you're bored, you know, feel free to stop in and check out me flying into Sim Venture with Pilot Edge using the real Oshkosh controllers. It's always a good time. Friday is up in the air due to my work schedule for me to be able to do that, but definitely Saturday and Sunday. Alright, 1,100 feet. Let me put some power back in to arrest this descent. We'll turn the carb heat back off for now. We just want to hang out here at 1,100. Approaching the airport environment, I'm looking for any sort of traffic. I know I was told there was no traffic observed, but there's always going to be this one Nordo guy that's not, you know, talking or has ADS-B. You just never know. So we're going to look out the window just to make sure I don't see anything. And then again, we're going to cross over midfield, closer towards the runway 34 numbers. I do it like that because that gives me a little bit longer to get established on a good downwind. You know, which today wouldn't be so bad, the winds aren't so bad, but if you're on a windy day, you know, you don't want to get pushed too close towards your landing threshold when you're crossing over midfield. So I try to cross over towards the numbers. That just gives me just a little bit more time to like I said, get things situated and established. Anyway, I'm taking a runway 16 is what we decided. Yes. Okay. Alright, there's the runway, there's the runway. Friday Harbor traffic, November 8233 Foxtrot, crossing over in midfield to grab the right downwind, runway 16, full stop, Friday Harbor. I see November 723 down on the field there. But the runway itself looks clear. Alright, let me lift my right wing. That looks clear. Let's roll into a downwind. Friday Harbor traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, turning right downwind 16, full stop, Friday Harbor. Okay. that runway, about a 45 degree. It's right about there. Let me lift my right wing, that looks clear. Let's roll into a base. Friday Harbor, November 8033 Foxtrot, turning right base, 16, full stop, Friday Harbor. I've got the mixture full rich, so our performance isn't as great as it could be, which is why we're coming in a bit slower. But where are we at here? 1,000 feet on the right base. Let's pull some power back, start a descent. Let's grab 10 degrees of flaps, we're in the white arc. Prepare for that bubble up. Friday Harbor, November 8033 Foxtrot, right base to final approach, 16, full stop, Friday Harbor.
$500.
I don't know if I like this. We might be a bit too high. Yeah, I think I'm gonna float this whole thing the whole way down. Going around. Friday Harbor traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is going around Friday Harbor. Friday Harbor traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, departure leg 16, Friday Harbor. Really? With my right wing, that looks clear. Friday Harbor traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, right crosswind 16, Friday Harbor. Friday Harbor, November 33 Foxtrot, turning the right downwind 16, Friday Harbor. Alright, we'll try this again. This time without the go around. Another aircraft approaching northeast of the field. Haven't heard them call. So hopefully they hear me at least. Alright, there's a 45. Power coming back, carpet coming on. Flaps to 10, 1000. There's our bubble up. Let's pitch for 80. Friday Harbor traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, turning right base, 16, full stop, Friday Harbor. rolling to final. Friday Harbor, November 33 Foxtrot, right base to final approach, 16, full stop, Friday Harbor. Flaps 2. Power's out.
Short final runway 16.
Still showing high in the glide slope, but I think we'll be alright this time. We'll put a little bit of slip in here. Drive it down to the runway. Power's all the way out. Just want to capture that glide slope. I'm going to relax my rudder. Much better sight picture. A little bit of power. Look all the way down the end of the runway. Pull the power back. Try not to land our plane. We're gonna make that one. Yep. We got it. Oh, there's a bump here. There's gonna be a bumpy. There's a bump. Looks like a mesh issue. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Heartbeat off. Friday Harbor traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot. We are clear 16 and taxiing to the ramp, Friday Harbor. Alright, let's go park right over here by this cool looking tail wheel. Alright. We made it. Okay, what's next on our checklist here? We did the landing part, we did all that stuff. Okay, after landing, flaps up. Landing looked good, says born from pearls, I appreciate that. Let's get our lights off, except our beacon. Let's get our avionics off. Make sure it's gonna go to lean. Mags to off, master to off, turn our compass off, and then we will disconnect from VATSIM. Oh, that plane disappeared. That must have been another traffic. That must have been Born from Pearls we just parked next to. Okay. That was actually VATSIM traffic. That wasn't a model. Cool. Okay. I think that flight went well. Let's head back to the hangar and we'll debrief the flight real quick and chit chat for a minute.
It was a little difficult for you to judge the height on the approach as well. Understandable. Always time to go around. I always prefer to do that than to bang up the airplane. Although, admittingly, it's not my first time flying into Friday Harbor either. But let's go real quickly and talk about the route. I think overall it went well. Overall, I think the route went well. We departed out of Norman Greer, which is one of my favorites in the Seattle area. It is more challenging to land at Norman Greer than it is to take off. I can tell you that much as well. But departed Norman Greer, flew north, kind of skated the Bravo of Seattle, and then we were able to get a hold of center and got a transition across the Seattle Bravo from east to west at 3,000 feet. The altitude restriction was removed, and we continued on. All of these squiggly lines here that we see, that was the stall spin practice we did. I think we did 2 or 3 of those. Aggravating the stall, putting us into a spin, and then recovering. And then continued up. We were talking with Whitby Approach for a while. Canceled our flight following, switched over to CTAF. Crossed over midfield to grab the right downwind. Quite a bit too high. Missed that approach. Went around. We gave ourselves a bit longer of a downwind, which set us up a bit more nicely to make the final into Friday Harbor. So I think it was a decent flight. I think ATC was on point. Some of the pilots probably not so much, but both Seattle Center and our Whitby Approach controller, I think, did a great job handling the traffic that they had. So, I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out. I do want to give some thank yous to Dashed Man 55 as well as Born from Pearls, who came in with the new follows to the channel. So I do appreciate those new channel follows. And then to Jet Pilot Cinnamon for his epic raid of 11 at the beginning of our stream today. So thank you so very much for that as well. Tomorrow we're going to continue with our X-Plane scenery design. We're going to delve into part 2 of Voyager Village Airstrip, and we will discuss how to manipulate and modify default autogen and roads inside of X-Plane 12, especially when they conflict with a scenery project that you're working on. So we're going to get into that tomorrow. The next event for the Virtual USA Flying Club is on Tuesday, which is why I'm trying to get these airports up to date for this event on Tuesday. So, but again, I do want to thank you for coming in and doing a little bit of flying with me this evening. I hope you all had a great time. Let's see who we can go and continue our evening enjoyment with. I'm not sure who is flying or what they're doing. Let's see. Decisions. Alright, we'll go and raid my friend Mustafa, who's doing some tooling around in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Looks like he's flying the MD-11F. So let's go say hi to Moose. You all take care and stay safe, and I hope to see you all at some point in time tomorrow. I don't know what time just yet, but until then, it's been my pleasure. Have a great evening, everyone.
told, I can. Like if you're asked to, then
What I meant by that, I couldn't. It would only let me type so many words, so I had to be careful how I said it. Basically, like I'll wear shoes in the house if I can. Like in certain situations, for me, I'm taking my shoes off in the house if I'm at someone's house and they're a shoes off family. I'm not gonna sit